All right, welcome to the Compliance Weekly Sync for the 23rd of August. The first thing we'll do is jump into the milestone board and just go through the closed issues. So let me share my screen. Everyone should be able to see that. The last one we had was the streamed order event filtering cannot unselect. The next one was the investigate the low error budget for compliance group. I know Huzafa had done this, but does anyone else want to talk this through? Know anything? No, no. Okay, we'll jump to the next one, which is the ClickHouse Query Builder.
Yeah, so this is a class which will help us in writing conditional ClickHouse queries now. And on top of it, we can now build a model. So yeah, this is merged and we can start using it.
Right, first step to the ClickHouse. The next one was the run compliance standard checks when a new project is created, which was with Huzafa. Don't know if anyone here verified it. No. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. SAML EMA approval backend planning. So I think this was closed. Sorry about my son who's in the car beeping the horn in the garage. If you could hear that. Yes, so Sam has done the initial planning and has promoted it to an epic and started the work on that. The next one was the backfill the existing settings to the new JSONB column. Hasima?
Yeah, so for default branch protection settings, we introduced a new JSONB column, and this issue does the backfilling of those new columns from the old column. So it's merged and verified.
And next one is with Hitesh.
So this was a follow-up. Previously, we had a concern named externally destinable, which was for only HTTP destination. So I renamed it to a more suitable name so that it does not creates a confusion between HTTP and other kinds of destinations.
Great. Next one was the solution validation. I know Cam had gone through the solution validation process and has added a YouTube video in there with the walkthrough of all of the results. There's been a couple of design changes that have come off the back of that for the Managing Compliance Framework report. Yes, please have a look through that if you're interested. Which flowed into this next one. The next one is the ClickHouse Query Builder with Hasima.
Yes, so this is the enhancement to the previous query builder class. So basically, we also wanted to log queries without any sensitive information. So this hides the values of SQL query with a placeholder. Yeah. And the next one is implement data retrieval methods queries. So in this issue, I specifically worked on gathering all the audit events queries from our code base and noted them down. And I've created another issue on building a model on top of query builder. So I've closed this one.
Hitesh?
With this, a name field for GCP audit event destinations is added and in APIs as well as in.
That's the end of the closed items. Nothing left in verification. So I'll move to the planning issue. The first one was the compliance adherence report. Does anyone done any verification? Because I know Jay is on leave and Joseph's not here. Does anyone know anything more? No, we'll jump to the migration of ordered events then with Hasma.
Yeah, for this, um, we are doing migration planning right now. So writing the implementation plan in more detail and adding more issues. Mm, the query analysis, I mean, the writing down of all the queries was completed. In this milestone, I think we can start targeting load testing for those queries.
Right. Next two were with Jay and Sam. We were not here. Next one was this Snowflake, which is blocked. Okay, down to streaming ordered events for Google to Google Cloud logging at instance level with Hitesh.
So this is not started yet, but and I had to talk to you regarding the target release for 16.4. We can discuss it later. And so should I cover all the things that are assigned to me, or should we move one by one?
Oh, we can just go one by one to
Oh.
the default branch protection, Hasma.
Yes. So in this, the backfilling of the data is completed, and the API to start using the new JSONB column is also merged and is in verification right now. Once that is verified, I can start working on uh, making the new service use the new JSONB column. Oh, sorry, the old service use the new JSONB column, and this will be completed in 16.4.
Right. Zephyr is not here. The next one is improve, manage the edit compliance frameworks. So I've started, like I said, Cam has completed the solution validation and design issues. So I've started doing the plan, the initial MVC for this, and created a few issues off the back of that. The next three are with Hitesh. Do you want to go through?
So I have created an initial implementation plan for the subgroup projects for filtering audit events by subgroups and projects. And I just need to add some more details around the GraphQL APIs that need to be included, as well as the UI changes and other things. For HTTP destination streaming audit events, improvement MRs for activating and deactivating streaming headers are created and are under review. And I'll be rolling them out in small chunks. For comprehensive instance level audit log, basically there is a trust and safety one, and yeah, I'm working on two of the issues for this, and for one, MR is deployed, and I'm checking the results, verifying the results for it.
Great. So I guess that's, oh, Mark, anything to add on for the end-to-end testing coverage?
So yeah, I had started making some progress on the new test, but got held up by a failure in one of the streaming event tests, unrelated to the initial one, and looks easier to solve. So yeah, hopefully I'll get back to the new one shortly. And that's it.
Cool. I'll stop sharing then. Oh, well, there is no OKR updates. And the next one is the engineering dashboard. So we can just quickly go through this for August and July. So even though I know we've had a couple of problems with the error budgets over the last couple of weeks, they are still looking all right for August at this stage. We've spent a little bit, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that over the next couple of weeks. I know Josefa has done a lot of work to improve it, so yeah, we just want to keep an eye on it and make sure that it stays at that level. I know ClickHouse migration will also have a big effect, as the biggest part of that is the audit events API. The next one is the MR types by milestone, and we've got, yeah, so we're tracking pretty well towards our 60-30-10 range. So it's about 50% on features, 43%, 45% on maintenance, and 10% on bugs, which is exactly roughly where we need to be. And similarly over here with, yeah, almost 60-40 and very low there at the moment. I'll just refresh this. Yeah, so there's a bit of a drop in merged MRs, but the closed issue seems to be about the same from June, July, and then August looks pretty low. Sorry, and MR rate on yes, we're still tracking pretty well at around that 6 MRs per person per month, which is exactly where we want to be. There is a few feature flags here. Is there any that anyone wants to talk about? So the adherence report UI. External audit events, that's defaulted to true, but is still in here.
I'm planning to clean up this feature flag this milestone.
Okay. And these bottom 3, I think, have been moved to source code. So I'll have a look. I'll investigate after this exactly what's happening there. They shouldn't be showing up in our group now. So there might just be an update needed on the feature flag YAML. Yeah, so open SUS impacting issues, all S4s, which is fantastic, and past due severity ones, all S3 and lower, which is great. And my OpenMRs query has broken as well now, it looks like, so we can't go through those. I know there's been a little bit of uptick in long-standing MRs, but we'll just have to move on from that. Cool. Any thoughts or questions on those stats? No. All right, I'll stop sharing my screen then, because that's not going to run. And yeah, the only thing I had to add onto this was the retro. Please add in your whether they achieved or didn't their planning milestone goal from previous, and just make sure that the milestone goal for this milestone has been updated and you've added your comments into that. Right, anything else from anyone? No? Stop the recording. Everyone have a wave at the camera. I'll try to find the button.